about how my mom made me shave my hair off. So a little background information, I was 13 years old and in 7th grade, and I had just moved to a new school this year because my grandma was really sick and my family and I needed to take care of her. And for like the first 2 months, I had a big problem making friends. Until I met my best friends, Ashley and Nicole. Ashley was super sweet and Nicole was kind of, and I was in between, so we kind of all balanced each other out. But fast forward to later on in the year, we met this one girl named Kelly. And I'm not gonna lie, she was super nice but really annoying. She would always try to talk to us, always try to hang out with us. She was literally stuck 24/7. And the one day Ashley convinced Nicole and I to have a sleepover with Kelly and her. So we say yes, and Nicole, Ashley, and I are all texting in the group chat. Nicole goes, well, I'm not going to promise that I'm going to be nice to her. And she actually said that we were going to play a prank on her. And that's when Ashley bailed because she didn't want to be a part of it. Like for part 2. Part 2 about why my mom made me shave my hair off. So like I said, Ashley bailed because she did not want to be a part of Nicole's evil plan to bully this girl. So fast forward, Nicole and I go over to Kelly's house and I start to feel really bad because Kelly's actually super nice and she wasn't as weird as I thought she was. Fast forward, Kelly's sleeping and Nicole comes over to me and she's like, hey, come to the bathroom with me. So I get up and I go to the bathroom and Nicole pulls out Nair. And I asked her what the hell she's gonna do with that. And she was like, oh, I've seen some people do pranks on YouTube. You know, they put it in somebody's shampoo bottle and then it makes them lose their hair. So since I'm the only one who thinks logically, I'm like, Nicole, you cannot do that. And she's like, oh, don't be such a baby. That doesn't even work anyways. All the videos that I watched, people only lost like 4 strands of hair, which made no sense because why the f are we gonna do it then? Anyways, fast forward, I go to sleep. I wake up in the morning and my mom comes to get me. Like for part 3. Part 3 about why my mom made me shave my hair off. So like I said, Nicole put the Nair in her shampoo and I went to sleep. I decided I was not going to be a part of this little plan. And I wake up in the morning, my mom comes and picks me up. And Ashley's texting me saying, hey, was Nicole nice to Kelly? And I told her about what she did. And Ashley was like, oh my god, that's so up, like, I'm gonna tell Kelly. And I was like, yeah, I was gonna tell her, but I don't want to get Nicole in trouble. So fast forward to dinner time, my mom gets a call from Kelly's mom. And she was like, Kelly took a shower earlier, she's losing her hair. And Nicole texted Kelly saying that your daughter's the one who put in my daughter's shampoo. So my mom's like, well, how do you know it was my daughter? And she was like, Nicole also said that she saw the Nair bottle in your daughter's backpack. So my mom runs up to my room, she finds the Nair bottle in my stuff, which obviously Nicole put there. But my mom wouldn't listen to me, so eventually she sat me down in the kitchen and shaved my hair.
What's the worst thing you've ever said at a funeral? I'll go first. The first time I ever attended a funeral was when I was 12 years old. My mom had this acquaintance whose husband passed away. Rest in peace, Greg. I'll never forget your name, my man. After the official ceremony, I guess you would call it, when the priest says prayers and everything, the wife then stood next to the casket while a whole bunch of the guests came by, gave their condolences, you know, said sweet words, and me and my mom were in that line. While I was standing in this line to get to the lady, I forgot her name, I think it was... That's besides the point, whatever. I was standing in this line, and I saw people, like, giving her sweet words, you know, giving their condolences, and she was crying, and it was so beautiful, like, the love that they were giving to her, and I wanted to do the same. I was trying to think of something really good to say to her. Then it gets to me and my mom's turn to say our condolences. My mom goes up first, she gives her the sweetest words, says, I'm so sorry for your loss, my condolences, if you ever need anything, I'm here for you, yada, 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 and then she proceeds to go, this is my daughter, Isabella. And then everything that I came up with in my mind just blanked. And what came out of my mouth was just unacceptable. This lady was crying, and then I just go reach out my hand and I say, how's your day going? Her husband's right next to her dead. Of course it's not going very good, Isabella. The moment those words left my mouth, I was like, oh, I done that. This lady is now looking at me. She's like, my mom is looking at me like, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry for your loss. And that was the day that I developed social anxiety.
Am I wrong for telling my fiance that I want my ex-husband to walk me down the aisle on our wedding? I know this sounds messy, but hear me out. My ex-husband and I were together for 7 years. We got together at 18, got married at 20, and divorced at 25. Our divorce didn't end in bad faith. We just weren't compatible as a couple anymore, and we wanted to explore new things since we were glued together since 18. We remained good friends after the divorce. I met my current fiance at 26, and we got engaged 6 months ago. I am now 28, and my fiance is 29. At first, I didn't know how to bring it up to him about how I'm still close with my ex-husband. I had introduced them to each other, but I never disclosed any details of my and my ex's relationship because I was afraid my fiance would not be okay with it and would make me choose. My ex and I decided to never let him know. But a couple of months ago during a family barbecue, an aunt of mine slipped up and revealed how I used to be married to my ex. My fiance wasn't happy about this and almost broke up with me over this. He started growing wary of mine and my ex's friendship and wasn't comfortable anymore. After many conversations, we both decided to establish some boundaries regarding this. Till now, we were fine. So our wedding is in a few months and the topic of who would walk me down the aisle came up. My fiance asked if I'd have my parents or my brother walk me down the aisle, and while that was my original thought, I had another idea. It's not a smart one, is it? I suggested that my ex-husband should give me... What? Why? That's so stupid. I suggested that my ex-husband should give me away to him. Ex-husband to current husband, and it's kind of symbolic. He said he's not okay with this and I'm crossing a line at this point. He said he's tolerating the fact that I still have a close friendship with an ex after I hid it from him for so long. He said I can do as I wish since who walks me down the aisle is my choice, but still he will never be okay with my decision.
A miracle just happened. So I was driving in the rain. Texas has been in a drought, and it seems like the rain is trying to make up for all of the days it hasn't rained. Anyways, I was driving on the way back home, and I hate driving in the rain because I totaled my truck like 5 years ago. I flipped on the side of the road because it was raining. So obviously I'm going to be traumatized. I'm going to have anxiety. So I move out of the fast lane. 10 seconds later, I'm not kidding, probably 5 seconds later, a semi is coming full force, bro. First of all, semis have no business going that fast, especially in the rain. And I'm so grateful I moved out of that lane because this dude took the entire curve, ran into the entire side of the bridge. Man's tires aren't even on solid ground. We got pieces of semi flying everywhere. I really thought that semi was going to flip and it was going to be the death of that Yukon that was next to me. Grateful God moved me out of the way. I'm not a piece of debris.
The time I put my butt through the wall. So when I was younger, my dad had just gotten done renovating our basement. He sponge painted the walls and everything. It was like a whole ordeal. Well, my brother and I were downstairs horsing around and I jumped on his back. He lost his balance and fell backwards onto the couch. The couch was up against the wall, so my butt went flying straight into the wall. I'm talking clearly visible butt print in the wall. Oh, I panicked. I thought for sure I was dead. I waited for my dad to get home from work, and then I turned on the waterworks. He was so mad. Ryan and I were forced to clean the entire basement, head to toe, as payment. I never lived down that butt print in the wall. Moral of the story, don't put your butt through your dad's freshly painted wall.